WLFEDB Digital Network are engaging in the safe space. What is safe space? A safe space is a supporting and affirming environment for individuals within the LGBTQ+ community. Each podcast displaying the Safe Space logo will have resources available on hand for those in need without judgment. Here at WLFEDB Digital Network, we care. We listen, we support, we understand.
Warning, the following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Inside the Drag Closet with Jade. Join Jade DeVere and her fabulous team of guests as they discuss all things drag, from wigs to makeup to performances and everything in between.
Join us at WLFE-DB.com for upcoming shows and more.
Well, hello there, kids. Welcome to Inside the Drag Closet, the interactive vodcast where we talk about all things drag and some things that aren't. Who knows? We're really just here to have a good time. We have an amazing episode planned for you this evening. We have another set of twins this evening, but that's not all we're going to talk about. We have the Navy drag queen herself, HARPY Daniels, joining us this evening, and sex educator TRIXY Valentine is joining us as well. Of course, I would not be remiss if I did not introduce my amazing co-host for the evening, Anastasia Diamond. You know her and you love her. But let's talk about me for a moment. Let's have a little who, what, and where. Who am I? My name is Jade DeVere. I've been doing drag for 437 years. I absolutely love doing drag, and I hope you enjoy drag as well. What am I wearing? Well, if you couldn't tell, I was feeling a little Frozen fantasy. I am giving you a bit of Elsa this evening from Frozen 2. If you have not seen Frozen 2 yet, watch it. It is remarkable. I love it more than Frozen 1. Although anybody who tries to look at me and say that Show Yourself is not a queer anthem is wrong. It is so powerful and so amazing. I've been performing that song all month and I get misty-eyed every time I think about it because it's just so wonderful. It's about being true to who you are. My outfit is from Pro Cosplay. I absolutely love Pro Cosplay. My hair is a bit of a story. It is originally from Webster Wigs. I had it styled by the incredible Ariana Autumn, although there was a bit of a mishap with it, so it's not styled the way it was originally done. This side has pretty much stayed the same, but the top of it lost some volume, but I rebrushed it and I kind of dig it. So there we are. My makeup is by Morphe this evening. Also, a little bit of Wet n Wild is on here. I've actually gotten new bronzers from Morphe as well. I really enjoy them. They're nice. They're soft. They kiss the skin. I don't know what that was. I was not paid to say that. Where can you find me? Well, you can find me every Wednesday right here on Inside the Drag Closet. I am usually here. Every once in a while, I like to take a little bit of a break, but I don't currently have one planned. Also, you can find me January 7th, yes, at Divas Down Under. We are having our 5th anniversary celebration show with myself, Amethyst Diamond, Poison, Anastasia Diamond, Katarina Couture, and Paula Frost. That is our entire core cast for Divas Down Under. You will want to get your tickets ASAP because, let me check the numbers right here. Where'd the numbers go? I just had the numbers here. There are only 6 VIP tickets left and 66 general admission tickets left. So it is very close to being sold out. So do not wait. Do not go, oh, we'll get them at the door. You won't get them at the door. That's not the way that show works. So get your tickets now. Let's see. Who have we got this evening? Oh, wow. There's a lot of people watching. Miss Doris is watching tonight. She actually chimed in before the show went live. Good to see you, Mama. We've got Vicky watching, of course, and Robin is here as well. Vicky and Robin will actually be on the show next week, continuing our trend of having twins on the show. They are both getting drag makeovers. Myself, Amethyst, and Anastasia are going to turn them into amazing drag queens, but something I challenged the two of them with, they have to choose which parts of our faces they want. So they might have Anastasia's eyes and Amethyst's lips, or they might have my eyes with Anastasia's lips. It's gonna be chaos, and I'm so ready for it. Also, they will not be able to see themselves until the makeup process is done. So it's going to be exciting. I'm really excited about next week. Alicia Stair is watching. We've got Daniel Jackson watching. Hello there, darling. Dakota Noel, the incredible Sedusa La Creme is watching. Hello, sweetheart. I hope you're doing well. Girl, you have been getting some Ariana hair, and it looks so good on you. I love it. Brett is watching. Yes, Frozen. Yes, Frozen. Frozen 2 is so good. Watch it. Love your wig. Oh, I love this too. I don't usually do blonde, but this platinum blonde, I feel good in her. Although I can't turn my head up that far because that's anyway. Freya says hello, Elsa. Hello, Freya. I hope you are doing well. My lovely husband is watching as well. We got a lot of people watching tonight. This is incredible. Zane Talton watching. Broadway version of Frozen is absolutely awe-inspiring. I have not seen it, but I have seen so many clips from it. It looks so good. So good. And it builds upon the story like Broadway should. It adds to the story we already know and love. So yes. And of course, the wig stylist herself, Ariana Autumn, is watching. I adore you, girl. We need to talk some hair sometime soon. I think I need some more hats. I think that needs to be a thing. The wonderful Johnny Wonders is watching. Hope you are having a wonderful time. Oh my gosh. Everybody is just chiming in tonight. Amazing. So I'm going to bring out my wonderful co-host for the evening. I'm not going to sit here all by myself. Oh my God. Our backstage area, the twins are sending love you messages back and forth to each other. Gross. I love seeing stuff like that. Oh my gosh, more people are coming in. This is amazing. All right, without further ado, I would like to bring in my amazing co-host for the evening. You know her and love her. Put your hands together for Anastasia Diamond.
Bonjour, bonjour. How are you, mi amor?
Oh, girl, you are giving us a look tonight.
Oh, you know, a little this and that. You know, I was trying to give a little bit of who, a little bit of where, a little bit of who is this bitch on my screen. But you know, I was giving a little sunshine. You like?
I do. It's fun. Why don't you give the kids a little who, what, and where?
Fabulous. Who am I? Hi, everyone. My name is Anastasia Diamond. I am a platinum blonde, always. You know, maybe a little bit of a trim here shortly, but we'll get into that later. Where, who, what am I wearing? I'm wearing stuff from all over. So I have some unicorn poop glitter nail gloves on. I've got a cape on that I got, I think, from maybe eBay or Amazon, one of the two. I've got my $1 million titties on from Aaliyah's Closet, necklace on from Chris E. Mysteries. The Chris E. Mystery drama continues to unfold. I still hate their stuff. This fell apart as soon as I tried to put it on. But this is something I bought like years ago, and I was like, let me just try and I don't feel like going out to my car to get my diamond necklace, so let me just put this on. Yeah, it was a mistake. I should have gone outside. What am I wearing on my face? I've got a black opal. I've got some Ben Nye powders. I've got Juvia's Place lipstick, as well as some glitter here and there, just some regular craft glitter. And where can you find me? Well, you can find me on Instagram at Anastasia Diamond 95. You can also find me on Cash App at Anastasia Diamond 95, and Venmo as well at Anastasia Diamond 95. You know, one of those Cash Apps or Venmos, one of those apps has a $ in front of it. So if you can't find find me that way, then you got to just put a dollar sign in front of it and you'll find me. But not only can you find me at those locations, but you can also find me in the North Pole with Santa Claus underneath of his big old stocking, slurping and lurking and doing what I do best until Mrs. Claus catches me and sends the elves after my big old black ass. But that's a little bit about me.
I was waiting. I was like, oh, this is gonna. What is she doing? Where is she going? Oh, how have you been, girl?
Girl, I've been busy. I had a surgery. I underwent the night recently, which is why I got these big old breasts now. No, but I've just been really, really busy working and staying busy, trying to keep up. How about yourself?
I've been good, just working. Doing gigs. I've been doing murder mysteries again.
Yes.
Which I've been loving. I've been wearing this hair a lot. Not only does it work as Elsa, but it also works as a knockoff Barbie doll, which I've been playing all month.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's
which murder mystery is this?
So over at Booby's Brewery, we do murder mysteries all of the time. They are frequently on Saturday nights, but during the holiday seasons, it gets crazy. So literally, I have a show. I had a show Monday, I have a show tomorrow, and I have a show Saturday.
Wow. Come through.
And I might have to switch characters on Saturday just because, it's also that time of year where people get sick. So I might have to switch.
My goodness. Oh, my Atlantis. Oh, my goodness gracious. You are a busy girl, booked and blessed.
I am. It's so funny. Anastasia and I, I've been trying to connect with her, and our schedules have just not worked out because we are both so busy right now. But
it's rough.
It is rough, but it is so good when we finally get to chat and just share space with each other.
Yes, share a space, share our faces with one another. Even if it's just the lower portion of our faces.
Exactly. Amethyst was just commenting, daughter, what are you doing? You're a diamond. I love you down, you mess.
You know what I do. Y'all might not be able to see, but this outfit is fully stoned. It has stones all through the white parts and even some of the brown parts up here right in my neck, and all throughout the red cape as well. But you might not be able to tell on the television screen. So yes, always represent the Diamond Gang well. But I'll get into this wig situation and during affirmations with Anastasia.
I can't wait. Girl, are you ready for our guests this evening?
Honey, yes. I'm trying to marry one of them. Well, actually, both of them. I'm trying to get veterans benefits from the one and a doctorate, honorary doctorate degree from the other. So, when can we bring them on?
Do you want to introduce both of them?
Fabulous. Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, and ladies and all our other folks in the land, kids and folks all out there, please get ready. Put your hands together for the fabulous, the wonderful twins of the century, Miss Harpy Daniels and TRIXY Valentine. Woo!
Yes. Oh, I need my VAH increase, so hit me up anytime.
Yes.
Alrighty, kids. We're gonna start with TRIXY just because she said she didn't want to go first.
Yeah.
She's the only out.
Girl, give us a little who, what, where about you.
Who am I? That's too long for these children. No, just kidding. Who am I? I am TRIXY Valentine. That's spelled TRIXY. So make sure you know how you spell it. But Valentine, like your favorite holiday, because I am your favorite holiday. But who am I? In and out of drag, I have transformed to excel. I am a queer inclusive sex educator. I have my own business, queer and sex education business, Juicy with Jake. So if you're unsure, it's right here, Juicy with Jake, Jacob Kelly Queer Education. I do that business when I say, relationship building, dynamics related to public health and risk reduction. We could go on for the century. And if you haven't seen my last episode when I was with Anastasia Diamond, you better go look it up. But with that said, I got my PhD. If you're wondering on my credential at Widener University, I will give it up to them. I'm currently a PhD student working on my PhD. I got about 2 more years. I just finished all of my classes. So I am officially working on my dissertation. So if you don't know what that is, please look it up. But it is a lot of work she is doing. I have 2 shows coming up. If you're wondering where I'm going to be this weekend in Bloomsburg at the Capitol. Frostbite, yes, ma'am. I have amazing queens and kings that I'm going to have there. And I have one in January, which is a birthday show for me in Berwick, my hometown, my first show I get to do in a hometown, Heels and Wheels drag show. And I'm super excited because I also get to work with Divinity Cruz, who I haven't worked with in years. So I'm super excited to work with her. But who am I? I'm just a simple hometown queen from northeastern Pennsylvania who is making a difference in many, 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 many different ways. If you're unsure how, just look me up. You'll see. What am I wearing? What am I wearing? So this hair, if you can't tell, there's a theme tonight. Ariana Autumn. I absolutely love them. My best Judy. They created this hair and I was like, I must have it. So you need to look up that because she does amazing work. This jewelry is my #1 and favorite and only best jeweler, Michelle Sterling. She did this jewelry. Yes, I'm purposely doing it all like this. Michelle Sterling is absolutely fabulous. She does incredible work. And then this outfit that you see in front of you was created by a person who's actually out in California, but thank God there's shipping. They are, I'm going to butcher their name. Host JADE DEVERE. Yes, I know. I'm looking at their name all the time, but no, I absolutely love them. They created this gown that you see me in. You can only see the shoulders. If you want to see it in person, come to one of my shows. That's all I'm saying. And then where can you find me? Just look up TRIXY Valentine, both on Instagram or Facebook, or you can look up Juicy with Jake. There may be a website in the near future. So both of those you can find me.
Amazing. Alrighty, Harpy, it's your turn.
Hi, all you fabulous faces. It's your girl, Harpy Daniels. Who am I? Well, that's easy to say. I'm the Navy drag queen. I'm so happy to, first of all, I want to say, Jade, thank you for having me back here. And Anastasia, I really appreciate it, especially for today's episode with my twin. I think you guys are the first to do twins like us together with anybody, and like everyone knows us, so like I love that. Thank you for having us. I am the queen of the sea, not the chicken, and I was the sailor who performed on a war-fighting aircraft carrier in the middle of the South China Sea. Gained publicity after doing drag. I'm not the first, but I am the first to be recognized publicly as a military icon for the LGBT queer community. So it's very honorable to do that, and a tribute to so many service members who weren't able to even be out even a decade ago. So that is who I am, and I've been living for drag in elf years, close to Jade. She said 400 and some because she is an elf. I'm gonna at least go down to 2100 because, you know, we don't go past the whole 21. As for what I'm wearing Preparation H. Not today. Because you always have to stay ready. Please, no. All of this, honestly, this dress came from TRIXY. This came from Michaels. The hair came from a longtime friend. And the rest you can probably find on Amazon. Get me gifts today on my wish list. Thank you.
Period.
Thank you. And as for where you can find me, you can find me on any social media platform, or maybe in the back of the fan tail of a ship in the fan room, maybe too. But I am hosting a show on New Year's Eve, the 31st. I'm down in the 757. I'm still stationed in Virginia. It's the first ever Reaver Beach show, brewing company in Norfolk, the first ever drag show they're hosting there. And we're doing it when the ball drops. So when mine drop, they'll drop. And then, of course, I'm doing a birthday show on I will do the one in January 9th. Oh, good, the roast. We'll do the roast. I was saving last, but my roast, you're going to roast my ass. I can't wait for it. It is my birthday roast. I'm eating it up. My friends have been literally saying, I have a notebook. I said, girl, you got 2 minutes. It's my show. I'll get the hook, bitch. So it's going to be a lot of fun. They're going to roast my ass, and I'm going to roast theirs back. It's going to be hella fun. It's at Maker's Craft Brewery. because apparently as sailors we drink to the foam, and it puns all day long, I swear. And you can check that out. And then the last one is my birthday brunch. It is one of the most up and running brunches in the 757. I've been told across the board from people in the network that this is one of the best brunches that they haven't seen in years. I'm not saying anything to the other ones. They're great, but I bring sponsorship. I bring fun. I bring people in. I don't do a twerk contest to say the other queens that. It is a work your runway, strut your stuff, because at my brunch, I want people not to enjoy the show, but be a part of the show and inclusive. And you can find me at the 757 or anywhere else. If your bookings are open, DM me. I do visit PA. Thank you for TRIXY for always having me, sister. But you can find me anywhere.
And I will. Oh, sorry, Jade. I haven't cut you off.
Go for it.
So her brunches are absolutely amazing, because even though I've been to PA, I haven't been to many brunches. Even if I run my own brunch in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania, but her brunches, I was just down there in December. Fabulous, like 100%. I was like, PA doesn't even know what they're missing, and I don't mean that to disrespect anyone. I just mean like her brunch. You need to go to either watch or perform. So like maybe you want Jade and Anastasia Diamond down there. I'm just putting that shout out there.
I mean, I'm welcome to travel and bring this up too, but I'll make sure I cash app you that $20. Thanks, sis.
You two have such an amazing back and forth. It is so much fun to watch. We've literally, for everybody watching at home, we have been hanging out for the last 2 hours. And we have been having the best time talking about like heavy topics, light topics, and making each other laugh so much. I want to know, this is gonna be fun. What is one thing the two of you have always wanted to ask the other, but you have not yet?
On live television. Oh my God.
That's what I'm here for.
That wasn't prepared. I'm not ready for this assignment.
So, I mean, because I'm older by 2 minutes.
Yeah, go first. Go first.
I'll go first because, girl, I've been ready.
Oh,
no. I'll say 2 things. First thing, I have nothing to actually ask them related to. I haven't, because the relationship I'm TRIXY. HARPY and I have both In and Out Drag has been built on the idea of our family roots, our emotional roots, and who we are today, that we don't keep secrets. There's no such thing as a secret between us. But if I think about, do I have a question that I've never asked them? It doesn't, let me just phrase this. It doesn't come from not knowing. It comes from the idea of, I just want to know the truth, even if I already know it.
Ooh.
And the truth, the truth is going to shock you on the question. HARPY, how much do you admire me?
Oh.
I know,
So,
you did your makeup.
I know. She said, I want you to look ugly. So, truth be told, I hate your guts, but I really no.
Testify, sis.
I admire you greatly, sis. And as you said, it's not an answer you don't already know. But you've worked your ass off, and I've seen people bully you and beat you down to this day. People maybe even me watching. Who knows? I'm not here to drop names because honestly, I don't stay awake to know them. But you've worked your ass off in and out of drag. Even our own family didn't believe in you. And I believed in you since day one. And I seen it from the start because you said it yourself. The universe had to make 2 of us because there was so much greatness to give. And it couldn't be contained into one person. So when I see you, I see everything I inspire to be. Even in the Navy, you kept me pushing when I was alone, when I was on deployment, when I was afraid I wasn't going to fit my PFA and my fat ass the first time up running those 12-minute laps. But you pushed me when you had no idea. So I admire you greatly. And I talk shit because it's me. I love you because we hate showing our feelings when humor's easier to hide this shit. But you know what? I admire you, and words can't explain the rest of it. It just is there.
That got way heavier than I thought it would. Oh my God. That was beautiful.
Commercial.
Girl, I'm sucking back. I put eyeliner on. What the fuck are you doing?
The comment section is like, who's cutting the damn onion?
Really?
Gross.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No,
Ryan Angel, can someone pass me the Kleenex?
So, no, I will comment back. Like, the one thing I think people don't know about, specifically me and Harpy, or twin drag queens or twins, our bond runs deeper than what they know. So just hearing this, we never have to say it. But when we do say it, everyone can feel the power.
Truly. And, I think that the other thing that, that is not really being mentioned right now is that comment that Harpy made about, even when our family wasn't there to support you, I was there on your side. Can you all talk a little bit about the I know that Trixie, you talked about this a little bit last time that you were on, but really talking about your the culture from which you were raised, and the idea of like what masculinity is versus what femininity is, and like how you need to sit in one certain basket, or et cetera. Like, I'd love to see you all playing that more, and how you all really how you all came in. I think it's crazy because you all are both queer, you all are both drag queens, and like, boom, bam, boom. What are y'all gonna do? Like, talking to your family in that manner. What are you gonna do now? Like,
take over the world?
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
Literally. So kind of speak to your growing, if you can, if you feel comfortable, to how it was growing up as a queer youth in a culture that focuses on masculinity.
So I'll just speak first, only because me and Anastasia have had this conversation. So that might help you, Harpy, with understanding where we're coming from in this question.
I'll open up the side for you.
If people don't know, me and Harpy are mixed individuals. We are Japanese American individuals, period. I don't need to justify that. She doesn't need to justify that. Like, I don't need to give you a blood sample, like, period. That's who we are. And I say it that way because, and Jade, you might not know this, but like, we come from a background where people are like, your eyes aren't slanted enough, you don't look Asian enough, and we go with those specific types of stereotypes that me and Harpy, like, if they knew who our father were, if they knew who our Bachan was, like, they wouldn't have a question thing, only because of that stereotype. But that their blood and culture runs through us, period. But with that and said, to answer your question, Harpy and I had two separate journeys, and I won't speak on Harpy's journey. That is Harpy's story. But for my journey, I had to watch the pain of a father who didn't understand his two children, specifically us, who didn't understand what it was to be feminine, to what it be to queer. And he doesn't understand it till today. So fighting that battle wasn't necessary. He didn't accept us. He always accepted us. Let me say, he always loved his children and wishes them the best. That's how we learned how to world the world. Like when Harpy says we're going to be unstoppable and we've changed our saying, has nothing to do with what we've done. It has to do with the honor that we were learned to continue to bring to our family. And that is something a lot of people get confused because they want to put their, no offense to anyone here, but their whiteness too. And I was like, it's not your whiteness that gets to tell us who we are. It is our Asian ancestry and culture who raised us who we are today, and the family that we raised, and the culture that we were in, and the traditions that we brought, that both Harpy, I, and our other brother have continuously brought forth. So when I say honor, I can tell you most of our viewers don't know the honor I'm talking about, because they were never raised in that kind of subject. And Harpy can mention it too in a different way, but in their way as well. So let me explain on the understanding of who we are as individuals. If I took this wig off, it doesn't change who I am. Just like if Harpy took their wig off, it never changes who they are. But the honor we bring was challenged because of our queerness. Because we had to sit there and say, we still brought honor to your family. We just brought it in a way you couldn't see.
Come on now. Wow.
And that was the power we brought to both our family, our chosen family, and to the world. Period.
That's beautiful. Harpy, would you like to also respond?
Can we rephrase can we get a question again? That was a lot.
No.
I just want to hear the main question again so I can get my thoughts together, because everything Trixie said, I mean, I'll ghost this right now and say ditto, but I just need to hear the question again.
So the question was, can you talk a little bit about your history, your past, being growing up in a household where the culture really focuses in on masculinity, and growing up as a queer youth, and then eventually becoming a drag queen and having to overcome that masculinity, that toxic masculinity from the culture within the household with which you were raised.
So I think Trixie hit a lot of key points that I can definitely relate to, so I'll try my best not to reiterate them. I'll try to pick the key points that I saw for myself, as she said, because I can never speak for Trixie, and I've heard even stories that she told me that I look back and said, we grew up in the same household and that's how you felt? Oh my God, I'm so sorry, because for me, I was the first openly and out at the time. So a bit of me always still feels this form of way, and Trixie and I've talked about this, that because of that, I feel like I was antagonizing, I was a dumb kid, and there were parts where I even felt like I even tried to pull Trixie out to be more open when it wasn't her time. And that's why I'm so big on not outing people and stuff and letting them have that time, because that's something I live with. And I've apologized for a million times, so I'm not going to do it today, but I'm sorry. However, in a household where we were, it exemplifies, and it's not even just one side of our culture that we live very strongly for. It's both of our parents, however. And it's not just as a kid, it kind of reflected even when I got older too. So our parents did not understand queer culture. I mean, my mom's yet to see a drag show, and I've invited her a million, the good ones too. I've invited her to the university, the ones where it's PG-13. So it's okay. She shows up, she won't think I'm a stripper, okay?
Oh no.
So I think she would come to a strip show before a drag show, who knows? However, I will say though, maybe I'm oblivious because I've gone through that battle. I've accepted, and I love my parents, and they love me, and they support me now. That struggle was difficult because my parents are divorced. I lived with my mom on my own, so more of my story is towards her being younger. And I remember being home, and I used to paint my toenails, and I bought these little Daisy Dukes and these cute little femme bold queerness, everything in high school to discover who I am.
Wow.
And I hid it all in a box, very, very, I was going to say Anne Frank, but I didn't want to go that far, but Anne Frank in the way, very, a diary, everything underneath.
Very Lisa Frank.
Lisa Frank. And she threw it all away. I came home and it was gone.
What?
It was gone. I paid for it out of money. I saved my money. I bought all of it, and it was just gone because, and this is something that you can read in an article. It was released by sexual trauma. I can't get the whole thing. If I remember, I'll post it later. It's a military sexual trauma movement. Thank you. And the article was released called "Boys Don't Do That," because that was the statement she said to me, that boys don't do that. And it was something I lived off to then be a rebel for in my own way. And that's why I've been so just I don't care where anybody comes from. I don't care what they do what makes you happy. And that struggle though, my mom finally came to terms with it. And even to this day, we just took a trip to Salem, and I was like, Mom, the queers are over there. And she goes, oh, so tell me some more. I'm like, really? Okay. Well, let's pull up Grindr, sis. And she's been very accepting. And on the back end, though, it is reversed though with my father, because he's been very accepting from the beginning. But once I came out as the Navy drag queen, he felt some form of way. I shunned our family, and this is where Trixie brought up honor, because we were raised our last names and who we are to always put our best foot forward in our culture. And that's the best way I can explain it. And when he came to me and said, well, I support you for my son, but I don't support you for this choice of bringing your personal life into the Navy. And all of a sudden, just because I did drag as a sailor and showed the world who I am, because the times changed, it it caught a huge fight actually it caused a fight at my first Christmas back home.
Oh my goodness.
Back in 2018. That was my last Christmas.
That's not that long ago, girl.
Yeah, that was my first Christmas back with my family, and I haven't actually been back to Christmas since. This will be my first one this year. So it's been a struggle. However, we've crossed boundaries, we've moved mountains, and I want to let people who are watching give the people opportunity to change. This cancel culture, all of it, like I could have easily removed myself. Did I need to take time for my family to get past my own feelings? Yes. Did I need them to? Yes. But I went back, I explained that I gave them an opportunity to educate and learn, and they did. They still love me. So I think something I took from this is that we all have a story, and I think I have a beautiful ending to that story, and even for my family, and still more to go. So
that is incredible.
If I can add,
please.
And this is why I add it, because this is my twin speaking in front of us. What people didn't see or hear part of Harpy's story, which the thing is, since we're twins and we're queer, we're not just let me let the audience know, we're not just twins. We're queer twins who have gone through hell and back, and are drag queens who have fought for our communities in rural.
And to make a name for yourself, because anybody knows this day in drag, that shit's hard.
Yes.
Both equally, because we do not look at each other any higher or lower than each other. I will say we did it together because Josh came. Sorry, Harpy. Sorry, Harpy.
Government name.
I know. I said backstage I would do this. Twins, we don't give a fuck about our drag name.
Not the government name. Oh,
Harpy came out before me, but the battles between our parents started with Harpy, but they were educated by TRIXY.
Woo! Okay.
And that was the difference, because we were twins, and I would never, and I don't care who you are, and Harpy will say it too, you never get between twins. So when our own parents spoke up, I decided to step up because I was educated. And those were hidden battles that in family dynamics, no one gets to see.
Wow.
So when Harpy and I share our story, it's really together, because when one asks for a solution, the other one has the answer.
You know, I really just love that you all are both able to give both sides of the story, both sides of the coin, I suppose I should say. And it's crazy for me to hear that. I can't see, unfortunately, but it's crazy for me to hear that this is the first time that you all have done an interview together.
Yes.
Yes.
How does that make you feel? Like, why? Like, what the fuck? Like, you have two queer leaders in this, and coming out of Central PA. You know, one who is an amazing sex educator and like an amazing advocate. The other who is an amazing advocate and the Navy drag queen. Like, you have so I'm so curious, do you all have any goals, not goals, but any plans to move forward with like a TV show or a book or something like that will make you put your story you can have your stories together, since no one wants to interview you. I'm up there. It's like, what?
Harpy, I'll let you answer first.
Oh, thank you. I'm so honored. Thank you, TRIXY. No. So we do have plans. It's something we did talk about. So like anybody who knows me, my goal, the reason why I started drag was RuPaul's Drag Race. And that is still a goal to this day that I'm still moving forward to. And TRIXY and I slightly talked about it, and I said, yo, sis, when are we going to put it together?
Yeah.
Girl, we have it. Like, let's go. Let's do this. Let's do it first. So that's something we did discuss. I think with right now, with TRIXY, being the bookworm, as I like to call her, I literally book smart, street smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, study to the top, suck to the So honestly, we know what we're doing together. We're an unstoppable force. This is in the Asian language of us, algebra. We know it. We'll make sure we find X, and the limit does not exist. No, it does not.
Limit does not exist.
I think eventually down the road, we could both potentially see something. I think right now we're both still in a developing stage for each other, with our own goals. But I would say definitely, let's go at least like 6 to 10 years down the road.
Okay, wow.
We could see a release, and it's just because I can see TRIXY, and she can, of course, correct and say her statements because she's just getting her PhD here in like the next year. So I know even after she gets it, there's still a lot of growth. You know, you still have a lot of building to do after that. You know, you have the piece of paper, great, but go. And she's trying to do both at the same time. I don't mean piece of paper. I'm sorry if that piece of paper comment sounded rude, sis.
Yeah, a little bit, a little shade.
It's documented. It's there. You have it. You worked your ass off for it. But you know, I've seen people who get doctorate degree and work at Subway. You know, so because there's a lot of like, hey doctor, can I get a little cheese on toasted for me on flat? But it takes a lot because the economy is changing. Even for myself, I'm about to re-enlist next year for 3 more years with myself. Hopefully go to San Diego. This is the first time that's what I'm manifesting. I'll find out in the summertime where I'm going. But that's where I'm looking to attack next and take over because I have a lot of supporters in San Diego, a lot of queer people in the military because our second biggest naval base. And I'm like, well, I did here in Virginia. I made my mark. Like, I want to now take this and take it somewhere else. And what I leave here behind, people can take with them forever. Or you know what? These queens who don't want to take what I have left, throw it. I don't care. Do what you want. But at least at the end of the day, I did what I was supposed to do. So there's still like that 5-year mark is where we're going to finish our development. So that's why I say 6 to 10, where we can see something adapt from that. And it could come quick or it can go fast. At the end of the time, as long as the journey is fun, that's all that matters.
Yes.
I love that mindset so much. So we do have a lot of questions coming in, but we do have to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we are going to have some affirmations with Anastasia. And then don't worry, kids, we are going to be getting to all of your questions, including one that was emailed in this week. So I'm very excited to get to that question as well. But make sure you are liking and sharing our video. You can subscribe on YouTube and on Facebook. Keep watching, kids, and we will be back in just a couple minutes.
WLFE Digital Broadcast Network is on TV. You can watch all of our shows on WLFE-DB.com. Check out our channels. Paranormal View for all of your paranormal type shows. LGBTQ Friends for all of our LGBTQ shows. Variety Unlimited for all other shows. It runs 24/7 right on WLFE-DB.com. You'll even catch the lives, all in one place. Never miss an episode, past or future. WLFE-DB.com, where our shows are your shows. Here at WLFE-DB, you can find shows that vary in many topics. The paranormal, the creepy, heavy metal, and LGBTQ and drag. Our shows are your shows, and we want to provide a wide diversity for all to enjoy. So, tune in to Facebook.com/WLFEDB Radio. Like, follow, and share with your friends and family. Also, go check out our website at www.WLFE-DB.com. 2021 just got better. Your favorite shows from WLFE-DB Radio can now be found on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Yes, we now video stream to both of those platforms. Search for your favorite shows like Where's My Sage, Inside the Drag Closet, Across the Pond, Everything Yet Nothing, Paratalk Radio, Step into the Paranormal, The Creepy Parlor, Just Cindy, and more. Now you won't miss an episode. Remember, follow Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Make sure you subscribe and follow your favorite WLFE-DB radio shows.
More from WLFEDB Radio Network after this.
Hey guys and dolls, this is Casey DeVille, the better half of DeVille Inc., Baltimore, Maryland. If you're ever in Baltimore, stop in and see me and Tony. Invisible Bree, 5920 Eastern Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 21224. Give us a call if you're in the area at 410-400-9641, or look us up on the web at DeVilleInc.com. DeVille Inc., where we specialize in you.
Oh, yeah. Life just got sweeter now that WLFEDB has merchandise. Show your support by purchasing your t-shirts for WLFE, Paratalk Radio, Inside the Drag Closet, and more. But it doesn't stop there. T-shirts, coffee mugs, tanks, buttons, cloth bags, and more. Go to WLFE-DB.com. On the top bar, click on the merchandise tab, and bam, there you go. You got merch. Support the shows. WLFE-DB.com.
You're listening to WLFE DB Radio. Now, back to our program.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Anastasia Diamond here with Affirmations with Anastasia. So I've been hinting at this wig that I've been wearing all night long and in between the interviews and such. And I do this because I actually had a surgery earlier this week. I had an ocular surgery on my, of course, on my eye. And so that surgery actually left me pretty swollen and beat up. And so I'm doing what I can do because I thought it would look a little hokey to have just one eye sticking out. So why am I telling you this story? I'm telling you this story and I'm laughing about it because I have a pretty good support system here. My family was very much so on my side with the frustrations of the surgery and the frustrations with the medical office, and my office, my employers were also very much so on my side and very much so advocating for me to take care of myself and to do the self-care that I need to be doing. And I say all this not to brag, but to remember that, you know, a lot of folks who are in the queer community don't have the support from family members. As we've been discussing tonight, there are folks who even who are superstars, and they don't have the support. They did not have, the support from their family they needed even just several years ago. If you know someone who is queer, especially during this holiday season, who's not going to go see their family, who doesn't have a large friend group, I urge you, please reach out to them. We're all here. We're all struggling. Some of us struggling a little bit less than others. But not everyone has the supports that you may have or that I may have, professionally or personally. So if you know someone, reach out this holiday season. And perhaps if you have the ability to, give a gift. Drop a cash app. Invite them, bring over a plate for them. But just remember that we as a community need to be here for one another as much as chosen families, as much as folks need their biological families as well, which some folks just don't have. So that's my little tidbit for this week. Make sure that you're supporting folks who are queer and support different programs that are supporting queer folks as well. And happy holidays.
Speaking of that, to tie into that a little bit with something a little shameless, but not too shameless, my wonderful husband is doing a huge fundraiser right now where he is taking his car to the Trindle Bowl, and they are going to stuff it with unwrapped toys to donate to children. All of the proceeds go to the Families United Network. I would like to implore everyone, first of all, look at this ridiculous car. There are over 4,000 Christmas lights on that car right now. And if you don't have toys to donate, you could also Venmo at pass_kidsxmas, and that money will be donated as well. One thing I would like to implore everyone to do, if you're thinking of donating things for this holiday season, think about, especially for foster kids, luggage, suitcases, because usually those kids get nothing but a garbage bag to take their stuff with. So think about stuff like that. If you are donating food, it's not just food, can openers, milk, not just the food item itself. And donate smart. Look into who you're donating to, because some places are not welcoming to everyone and will turn their back on certain people, especially in our community.
Exactly.
So do what you can. Help yourself first, though. That's very important.
Yes. Yeah.
Help her get a different wig.
Listen, this came to me from Jeff Bezos in one day.
You know what? You know what? I don't know what. I don't know where I was going to go with that.
I also got the little ornaments, little bows on there in one day as well. And my costume for the January show. I've got something coming back for our anniversary show that has been widely requested. And the last one that I was wearing popped. And that's just a little hint from our in-person supporters.
I know what's going on now. Also, if you're coming to our anniversary show, there's something special that's going to happen to open the show. We've all kind of put our heads together to give you something a little spicy. Did I word that right?
That's beautiful.
And be nice, because we don't get a chance to rehearse it beforehand. So there's that. Fine. It's all fun. All right, girl. Are you ready to bring back our guests?
Would love to see our guests again. Well, hear our guests again.
Hear our guests again. Alrighty, kids. We are going to welcome back to Inside the Drag Closet the incredible TRIXY, Valentine, and HARPY Daniel. I have been watching HARPY shoveling food into her face. I love it. Now, we did get a question that was emailed in, and I'm very excited about this because it's actually something that's already happened this evening. So, the question was there ever a time in drag where you cried? Whether that be happy crying, mad crying, or you just needed a good cry?
Well, individually, because I can tell you every time we get together, I shit you not, it's the waterworks. It's because we know that feeling is there, and I love how I'm on the other side of the screen now, actually.
I can fix that. Done.
God.
Accommodations.
Right. However, I know, so together, since it's a twin show, every time I think we even just had a show, I looked at her and she looked at me and she goes, "You look pretty, you look beautiful." And I always say, it's like, as our drag mother said, "You look okay." And that's actually our drag mother, Tequila Daniel. And we have the same drag family too. We are in the same. She is a Daniels. Tequila Daniels, her drag mother too. She's a smart woman. Follow her. Every time, when we get to drag, we both do the same thing because we both look that much up to each other. I call her, like, "Does this look okay?" I'm not really sure. Good, because your opinion is the only one that matters. And then she just say that, whatever. But if she doesn't say she likes it, and I'm just undecisive, then I'll be like, "All right, let me think about it and see if I really agree with you or not." But crying, yes, we definitely tear up behind the scenes, and especially when we do our duet, we'll look at each other, we'll have a moment, waterworks are very dramatic, like someone's about to push each other to get onto that door, and the other one's gonna sing. That's basically what it looks like. But it's cute. It's cute. For me though, yes, I actually recently cried at my last one personally. In Outer Banks Pride, I did all that jazz, and when it got done, that was the first time in a long time I got a standing ovation, and I bawled my eyes out when I got backstage.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. First of all, I'm excited for this email question because I've been dying backstage. So Jade, you put that suspense up, so thank you.
You're welcome.
But no, have I cried in drag specifically because of Harpy? That's the way I'm going to interpret this question. Yes, several times. I don't think people understand, like, I don't care if you show up, but when Harpy or your own twin shows up, that's different, because we don't just show up for each other. We show up for more than what's us to begin with, that we can't articulate, because everyone's like, do you have a twin bond? We can't articulate there. And we don't have enough time in this show for me to explain how the feelings that we have for each other, period. But the only thing I can say is believe when I say you or anyone else could never imagine what it's like to perform with your stage, with your twin on stage in pure happiness.
Yeah.
And we do it unapologetically. I read the questions and the thing. Someone asked us, do we have a duet? We do. We created it ourselves. Harpy is the one that choreographed it. Choreographed. I'm the one with the PhD, but geez, I can't even talk.
I'm pretty sure I saw y'all do your duet on that one old Christmas movie. It was like that sister.
Yes, dude, that's gonna be the next one. Everyone keeps asking if we're gonna do that, but we will do it. We've done Chicago because we like to bring that 20s back into. But when I say we cry, we don't cry out of happiness or sadness. I think that's the correction here. We cry because our internal twin bond connects, and it doesn't. Energy. And yes, it's an energy that no one else, if I was up there with anyone else doing the same thing, could not experience. And I say that because, like, with twins, like I know this because we do something that notifies that we're feeling it, whether it's a look, whether it's a touch, whether it's a sound. We know it's there and it exists. But as long as we both acknowledge it at the same time, we forget that we're performing in front of hundreds, thousands of people. And we only think of the two of us on that stage.
Yes.
That's what makes us cry.
I love that so much. You know, it's funny. Our super fan twins, Robin and Vicky, last week were so funny because they were both asking questions. They weren't in the same room, but they were asking the same questions at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
And even Vicky was saying, it's so true about twins. Our bond is deeper than anyone will ever know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we do have a couple comments I wanted to get to over here. I had to scroll back a little bit because we're a bunch of chatterboxes. But Eve Brown wanted to say, Trixie, your aesthetic with the curled hair reminds me of a young Nana visitor when she was in Greece, and even later as Major Kira in Deep Space Nine. I would love to see you do a Deep Space Nine number as Major Kira. That would...
Done.
I'm such a nerd.
I mean, if I was ever invited to Divas Down Under, because it's an amazing show, I'm just saying, not saying I haven't been invited, but I will be. Just saying, Derek. That would be the show to do it. If I was doing a show, that would be the show I was doing it.
I love it.
I'm just gonna roll off her back. Hey, I'm always free too.
And I know he's watching right now. So,
period. Did you send in your audition tapes, ladies?
Right. Jamie Angel also wanted to ask, Harpy, how challenging has it been being in the Navy and being a beautiful drag performer? Has there been changes in the level of support for active duty military individuals who are LGBTQIA+, who are out, particularly genderqueer individuals?
So I actually love this question because there's so much that has been changing. So I'm going to first answer for me. Has it been challenging? No, I've been very blessed to have the thick skin and knowledge and experience going in So I do administration, so I know the rules like back of my hand. So when it comes to anyone who has issues with queer inclusive people or the LGBT, I show them the document they signed and said, I'm pretty sure we said zero tolerance, right? Like, okay, cool, great, I love that. And I have people go up to mass, and I have been seen people get kicked out for it too, actually. So there's a lot of support there. It's just all about knowing your resources, knowing who you can go talk to. And if you don't know anyone, come talk to me, honey. I'm still active duty. I will figure it out. Now, moving on to what's changed. Yes, this year, January 25th of 2021, the Honorable Joe Biden signed that trans members and all members, all people of the United States of America, no matter how you identify or what you come under, is able to serve in their country's military. It's written there, plain doc. I don't know the actual document. That is actually what the statement is said. I did a whole training on it. It's amazing. Now, as for the identification point of it, there's still no identification purpose for those who don't identify neither male or female, as they put it. There's non-binary queer. So, because for myself, I do identify as more of some gender fluid queer individual myself, but the evolution has come, like, even though only a decade ago gays and bisexual lesbians were able to do what they to come out and live their life. 2015 we got married, and then now here 2016 actually came out with the trans members, but then trans banned, and now here we are in 2021. So it's evolving. It's just the more education, it's going to take time. It took way too long, but it's taking time. So there's a lot of evolution and there's a lot of support. It's just all about how people carry themselves, because the Navy is a culture, the military is a culture. You know, I don't come dressed in drag when I go in. I go in as Petty Officer Kelly. So there's a lot to be learned there. I don't have the time for it, but yes, we are evolving and it's gotten way better.
Well, you know, and I think that it's important to understand that, like, I think that with any kind of organization, I'll say organization. But when I'm talking about organization, I mean kind of system. With any kind of system, there's going to be evolution. However, there also comes to be times whenever you plateau, and when you plateau, things are forgotten. Things that people get comfortable. Certain things, there are going to be things that fall off. So I think that, yes, boom. We like you said, we got same-sex marriage legalized in 2015. Well, in 2015, that's when people were like, wait a minute, this is the thing. Then transgender bathrooms happened, and then that all culminated then to 2016's election, and people were like, I don't like this change. I want to go back to the way things were. And it's like, baby girl, things have been this way for forever. It's just like we just didn't have laws for it. So same thing for individuals who are Black, for Black Americans, for so long we were standing in a plateau at the societal level. We weren't seeing much change, and we weren't seeing much fight. Now, definitely on the grassroots level, there's a lot of fight. Same thing in the military. There's a lot of fight for queer individuals at the grassroots level, trying to advocate for change. But it isn't until something explodes, something big happens, like with the Black Lives Matter movement, when we do see evolution, when we do see change. So all that to say, things are changing. Yes, we're seeing evolution, we're seeing progress, but with progress, there's always going to be some kind of a backlash. And don't let that discourage you. Just keep fighting, keep advocating, keep doing what you're doing. Otherwise, we wouldn't be where we are right now, period. I think otherwise we wouldn't be progressing whatsoever. If everyone gave up who was progressive, we wouldn't be progressing. So.
It's funny, we noticed a trend a couple years ago after gay marriage was legalized that people weren't coming out to benefit shows anymore for Pride. And we were like, the fight's not over.
Exactly.
We can get married. Now we have to work on the next thing. Complacency. I have enjoyed, educating myself further on things that I have screwed up in my life. And, we were talking about it earlier, and I don't want to get into too much about it because I'm embarrassed. But, that constant evolution and that constant learning is very critical to change.
Yes. I mean, I could comment on everything, literally. And Harpy, great job on doing that timeline justice. For real, like
I mean, I mean, you should come to one of my trainings, Trixie. I got asked to come to the John F. Kennedy to literally present this because there's not a lot of people in the service. I mean, my whole commanding officer came up to me, and this is why I love Trixie, because I have to do this way. It's the opposite. This is why I love Trixie, because everything she learns, she may not see, but I've taken it everywhere I go and drop your left and right. Because people are like, how do you know so much? I'm like, because my twin Trixie's like about to get like, cool. I just know she doesn't shut the fuck up, and I love her. So thank you. Knowing that information, I've taken that into the military actually and dispersed it back because a lot of people don't want to talk about it. And I said, let's talk about my whole commanding officer when the trans ban got lifted and the conservative came to me, and he looked at me, he goes, I'm going to need help. Can you help me understand pronouns and identification? And it was great.
Good work.
Oh,
and thank goodness you had someone who was higher up than you who was willing to do the work. Yeah. And that's all it is.
And for those who don't know commanding officer, and for those who don't know commanding officer, that means like that's the guy in charge of that's my boss. Like that's he's the one who runs the captain. And like all of it. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I wanted to just applaud you and everyone else for that too. But like, since it stemmed from your question of the military, and maybe I'm just someone you call frequently to ask questions. So one of the fascinations that I understand that many people don't understand is that when you think about marriage, and when you speak as like the gay marriage, and I don't mean to put it that way, but that's the way the papers put it for us, but it's really marriage equality, and that's only been 6 years. And it's not even going to be 7 years until about June of next year. So let me just state that there. But when you look at that, and from my background, because I come from a PhD background, and I don't mean to rub it in, but I come from that research background where I researched different forms of relationship dynamics and how it forms into ethics in marriage. We only got 5 years. Like, it doesn't tell much. It doesn't say much what that means into our relationships. How does marriage actually be an importance to queer culture? We don't know. It's only been 5 years. But then when you look at it to the legality, kind of what we're saying about marriage wasn't everything, because we didn't get we didn't even get an understanding of equal to work or to housing or to public accommodations. So there's a lot more that in this seriousness of conversation that many people, that all four of us have talked about, do not understand, that has yet to be met.
But you know what, Trixie, I will say, you mentioned that it's only been it's only been since 2015, only been 6 years. So, but let's talk about but just to bring up, interracial marriage has only been legal it's been less than a century. Like, interracial marriage has been legal for less than a century, and people are still racist. Like, people are still ignorant about interracial couples. Even when they're not getting married, they're like, why would you want to marry? Why are you going outside of your race? So it's like, there's so much work to do.
So, but I just want to say, even though we're on a serious topic because of the general question, just remember, because we get the privilege and the understanding of who we are, just that we get the reality to that.
And the last thing I'll say, because it was a military question for those who are queer, just so everyone knows, I think I said last time, I am not the only drag queen in the Navy. So if anyone ever felt the way that I'm taking this name, the public gave me this name. I took it from the articles written on me. I was internationally known because I was in literally Australia, European, and other national news as well, which is why I use those words. So I'm aware I'm not the only drag queen in the service. However, again, the only first one publicly recognized. But what I want to say on that behalf of all the other queer inclusive people, the people who served and weren't even able to be out, if anything, I just want to continue, and I always do, say thank you, because I didn't do this alone. They're not the only one fighting. I've just been the one that has been said, you've proven to be something that's unique and different that has not yet a shine light bright on. And I got very lucky, but I did work hard for it. And for that, I don't want to say I'm the only one. I want to say thank you to all the other service members who have served and who are still serving as LGBT or queer inclusive people.
Amazing. So we have a lot of questions to get to.
We do.
Okay.
We do.
Okay.
So I think this is going to be an easy one. This is from Phyllis. Phyllis is wonderful. She is one of our longtime supporters here on the show. I am 81 and blessed with one gay son, 2 gay grandchildren, and 1 is pansexual. Is that grandchild also gay?
Doctor?
No. So pansexuality is a different form of sexuality. When we understand the idea of different sexualities, it is rooted in the understanding of different forms of attraction that can also be contributed to our different ideas of behavior. And I know I'm speaking a little fast because we have a lot of time and a lot of questions, and that seems very confusing, but let me simplify it for you. Gay, homosexuality, and understanding of a different form of sexuality related to almost the same sex of a form of attraction. Pansexuality, rooted in Latin word pan, all. A person's attraction related to being attracted to all forms of expression and gender. Asexuality, a form of not Latin word, not, meaning no sexuality related to forms of any form or low forms of sexual attraction related to a forms of gender expression. Bisexuality, bi, an underforming of 2 underforms of sexuality related to, meaning that someone can have different forms of sexual attraction related to 2 different variations on different degrees or the same degree.
So all that to say, your baby is queer and they're part of the LGBTQ community, baby girl. So yes, you don't got a house full of queers, baby.
Yeah, yeah. They not gay, but you got queers, baby. You got queers. Welcome to the
Good. So hopefully but when you understand that question, just understand no, but make sure you're listening.
Exactly. Next question. This is speed round, girl. We got.
I'm doing my best. I went down the whole acronym. I don't know if
it was gay, girl.
Are y'all identical or fraternal?
Fraternal, which means we were born on 2 different eggs. We're 50%.
Okay, it's fraternal, girl. It's fraternal.
No, I'm giving them the facts. We're fraternal.
Google it.
This is a good one.
Google it.
Robin doesn't have to.
Because
She's
the
identical.
last when they talked about identical and fraternal, and Jade asked an important question at the last question, which I could answer, but I wasn't part of the interview.
Oh, I didn't see that. But yes, we are fraternal. We came from 2 different eggs. Yes, we did.
Yeah. This is a neat one. Orion wants to know, did you actually come out to each other or did you know?
I think we already knew. But we did come out. I'm not even going to deny it. I think we knew. I won't lie. I don't think I knew everything. But I didn't. I didn't know everything. But we did come out to each other. I did come out to, well, I will speak for me. I did come out to TRIXY, just like I did everyone else because I wanted her acceptance. So I did come out to TRIXY, but I definitely know she knew.
I didn't know ahead of time unless people in our high school told me. So that's how I kind of knew. But I already had a non-form of judgment when anyone's form of sexuality and gender, you cannot see it. So I was instilled to not judge someone based off of any form of who they are, period. So when it comes to the 2 of us, I personally did not know who they are. But when we come out, it's not just recognizing these identities, it's recognizing who we are. So think deeper in the idea of what coming out means.
They actually knew ahead of time. They actually had a dream, and it was like a telepathic dream. They were like, "You gay? I'm gay," and that's how.
Well, there is a difference on how we identify that I don't think was addressed.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say I knew, but yes.
Okay, I have a lighthearted question here.
Yes, blue. My answer is blue.
You have all been cast in A Christmas Carol. What role are you playing?
Scrooge.
Ghost of Christmas Past because I'm ready to haunt some bitches.
That's Future, though. Future was the ghost.
I thought they were all ghosts.
I mean, they are, but like Future's the spooky one.
I just want to say I know some shit and I'm ready to let them know about it.
You're the future of drag, Harpy. You're the future of drag.
Your hair's the future of drag, sis. You should be the future. You go over here looking like a disco ball and everything.
Yo, Ariana made this wig.
I love it. I didn't say disco balls.
I'm gonna say Scrooge because I personally am not a fan of holidays. I'm not kidding. I'm not a big fan of the holidays.
I don't know her. This is where our similarities do not match.
No.
I have a fucking poinsettia in my hair.
How about you, Anastasia?
Any of them. Next question.
Wait, Jade, I want to know what ghost you are, because we know you're not Little Timmy.
So long story short, I have played Tiny Tim.
She said Little Timmy. She said
I have done that show for so many years. The weird thing was I was working for a touring company when I did that show, and I was dating the guy playing Bob Cratchit.
Oh!
And I had to sing a song about how much I love my daddy while sitting on his lap. Moving on.
Yeah, what's the next question? What's the
Next question. It was not appropriate. We talked about, have you done duets before? Yes. We are now at the point where we hit our commercial break. Oh, that's how far back we are.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's fine. We'll go over. It's fine. This is important stuff we're talking about.
Thank you. I'm important.
It's juicy.
With Jade.
If you had actually become what you wanted to be as a child, what job would you have now?
Trixie, you can go first.
What?
Okay, I'll do it then.
I'm not ashamed of this because I said it in my master's course and PhD course too.
Gynecologist, is that it?
What?
I just figured it was a gynecologist.
If I stuck with the job I did as a kid, it would be a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, and you best believe I'd be the best one you had. Period.
Best.
Okay, so literally for me, it would be a drag queen. Shit you not. When drag came out, I was 16, and I even sat down, and you can hear her.
They said child, not teen.
Shit, as a child, I don't know. Probably
she was a minor. She was a minor, Your Honor.
Blue.
Your Honor, she was a minor. That was statutory.
Thank you. Anyway, but no, for real. Once I found out what drag was, I always wanted to be it. And even my English teacher, Joanna, you can check her out on my. She will tell you. We sat down and had our interview as like, what would you do? Like it was like going into a brief as a resume because this is the class it was. And she was like, I don't know many questions, and I didn't either, of course. So we're just going into it like entertainment side. What do you have here? What can you do? And I'm like going through it like some 16-year-old, like I know shit. So honestly, a drag queen. Yeah.
And look at you now. Ain't no stopping us now.
She got a flower on her head. Yeah, no, it's stopping her.
Anastasia, what did you want to be?
Yeah, what do you want to be?
I had no aspirations in life. I wanted to just be fabulous.
That's
I feel like people are like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I don't know. Like, I'm not thinking about that right now. I'm doing well in school right now. I for real wanted to be a forever student because I was good at school. I'm good at school. I do have a master's degree. I did just get my license, and I was low key thinking I'm going to get my DSW or PhD. But I was like, I actually have a job now. Like, I don't need to go back to school. I have a job.
That's bad. Facts, girl. Facts.
Jade, what about you? What do you want to be?
I was going to be an actor. I did what I wanted.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Kinda. That. Never mind. Never mind.
Where were we? All right. The questions kind of slowed down, but Harpy, have you ever performed any share numbers? You have enough resemblance. I could see you doing it.
All right. You can go.
All I'm going to say is these compliments are everything, so thank you. I've never performed share, mostly because I'm around a lot of drag queens who are older. I do share on a regular. So if I'm going to do share, it's going to be at an event that none of these bitches do share, just so I can do my own share. But have I wanted to do share? Yes! Oh my God. And I would love to do a whole number just to her Mamma Mia album, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah. I would. I want
show.
Yeah. So, but no, I haven't, but it is still a plan to do. I just need to not either have my drag mother around, my girl Jennifer Warner out here, and none of these old bitches have been out here who I love, respect, and legends all around. I'm just saying, y'all need to let these young ones do share at least once. Just period. That's it. Just let me do it once, girl. Do Shania or something. Like, I'll come back to it. Let me do share.
Chanel would like to know, when you leave the house, what is the one thing you can't leave home without?
Preparation H.
Oh no! Fix it.
Cell phone, keys, wallet.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, I could go anywhere else and things like this.
And if I have my wallet with me, I can buy my chapstick if I need chapstick. Like, I'm,
And the last thing, confidence. I always walk out my house confident.
Ooh. I always forget to take that.
Yeah.
That's why God invented blonde wigs. That's all you need.
True.
Truly.
Trixie, what about you? What do you take out of the house?
I mean, ditto if we're talking about tangible things. Every morning I listen to a motivational podcast and I name 3 things I love about myself prior to starting my day. So
Eat, pray, love. Love that.
Not eat, pray, love. Karen?
Anastasia?
I said phone, cell phone, wallet, and I do listen to podcasts too. I listen to Nicole Byers, Why Won't You Date Me? Because I'm single as fuck. And y'all never asked me if I cry whenever I'm in drag. My answer was going to be, I cry every time I'm in drag, but y'all just can't tell because I sweat hard.
Also, you wear the wigs that hide your eyes, so we can't see anyway.
Period. Listen, this is a look. Y'all think I'm joking? I'm coming at my January 7th, Divas Down Under. Best believe this is all you're gonna get.
I'll think about coming.
Yes. So I kind of have the same answer, like wallet, phone, keys. But, you know, traveling to work, I always try to put music on that is uplifting. I'm very into Steps right now, the British pop band. A lot of their songs they're like, they came out in the late 90s, early 2000s, and their music just makes me smile.
Were they the ones that did like a lot of music that wasn't like regular instruments? Am I thinking of the right band?
That
like
sounds about right. It's very
like,
their biggest, like the one that put them on the map. They did a cover of the Bee Gees' Tragedy.
Okay.
And then they did an album. They split up, and then they got back together just a couple years ago. And the new stuff they're doing is incredible. They actually put out an album because they don't live near each other anymore, and one of them lives in Dubai. So they filmed the video. But the girl that lives in Dubai filmed separately, and Michelle Visage stepped in as a guest entertainer for them.
Okay.
Look up Steps. Their music is so good, and there's a documentary about them getting back together, and it is tense. Because their final concert before they split up, 2 of them announced at the concert, by the way, we're leaving the group. And then they had to perform together.
Bye.
Yeah. So yeah, watch that documentary. It's on YouTube. It's amazing.
The drama.
Right.
That's juicy.
Right. With Jake.
Yeah, thank you. You did this whole thing. I said backstage, anytime I say juicy, I'm setting her up. And she missed it. I told you.
Ta-da!
With Jake.
I got you, sis.
How am I supposed to be a supporter?
Gina Rodriguez would like to know, what is your favorite or most memorable drag performance to date?
Oh, this is easy for me. I competed in Miss Gay Pennsylvania 2019, and I placed top 4 across the board, minus down. I was 1 point short, so Ariana Autumn's, you know, you got 1 point above me in that gown, but you all know I was still placed higher than you, even though I love you, sis. That performance, I did a performance. It's on YouTube. You could actually look it up if you want to. And the reason why I think when I think about my most powerful performance, I was unstoppable. I didn't care what the judges thought. When I say I performed the most authentic self I could perform, it would be that number because I loved it. It was everything. It was the wig reveal, the hair reveal. That is the way. The costume reveals, because it's plural. Like, I gave you everything. And honestly, the only reason why I didn't place higher based off of both my own critiques and the judges is I didn't have backup dancers. And that's true. I didn't. If I had a full production, it would have been everything else lit. But knowing I placed top 4 on a solo performance, done.
Work. Jade, what about you?
The one that's been coming to mind a lot lately, because I have this song on a flash drive in my car. My husband put together a show called the Fabulous Gay Agenda Show. And it was a big fundraiser, and there was a lot of blacklight involved. And I just wanted to do this number. It was Madonna's, oh, I can't remember the name of the song right now, from the Music album. And it's just this weird, the song itself, now I'm looking it up because I need to know what the name of the song was, because that's going to drive me crazy. But I did the number as it's very that hard auto tune that sounds robotic.
Yeah, the number 4 on the 5th album from the girl from her cousin that got on. Yeah,
that's pretty much what it was. Why is it not on this list? Anyway, it spoke to me of a robot that was broken, and she was about to be destroyed because she was broken. And I performed with my hair covering my face. And my good friend, Bryce Ricka, who is an amazing performer in this area, he came out as like a lab assistant, and basically at one point undressed me on stage, and I looked like I was just these robotic pieces, including ripping my wig off. And you could see, like, I painted it, that part of my face was missing. I had a white contact lens in that eye. And the lyric that sticks with me is, I can't remember when I was young. And it's kind of like she thinks she's a person, but she's not.
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay.
The song was haunting, so that's been on my mind. So yay, I got to make it serious this time.
Yes. Anastasia, do you want me to go or you want me to go?
Feel free to go. Let me ask the audience.
So mine was honestly my performance on the ship. Now, I have done that song many times. It was my first one that I did. It was my coming back at Bloomsburg University for like my second year when I hosted it. And it was like my work mix. However, that was the performance I did on the ship. And that'll forever stick with me because the audience themselves, majority have never seen drag before. And even on the video I posted them, I think like 2 weeks ago, just like came out memories. The standing ovation from and everybody in that room was all like 005 down to E1. Like, it was, that'll always stick with me, that moment.
Yes.
How about you, Anastasia?
You know, I don't really have a standout performance at this time. I think I have a couple that I'm thinking about here and there, but nothing to these levels, to be honest. I'm not a pageant queen. I'm kind of wearing down as I look to be purchasing a home and slowing down a little bit. So if I were to choose one song that I really enjoy doing, I really enjoy my Hot Girl Summer mix. I think that the strongest I felt whenever I was last performing was March of 2020. I look at videos of myself from back then and was really ready to rule the world. I was doing one-woman shows and this, that, and the third. But, you know, since then, since the pandemic, I mean, really, my prospects have kind of like disappeared and motivations have kind of lessened. So that's kind of where we're at.
Gotcha. Some more fun questions here. Xander Valentine would like to know, what is on your drag bucket list sans Drag Race? Anyone?
I mean, I have a drag bucket list that's not related to drag list. I don't know what they mean by sans Drag Race. So,
putting Drag Race off the table. What do you want to do with your drag?
Yeah, PhD, right? Yo, I'm gonna say it first. No, first of all, thank you.
You said it first many times. Good.
I'm gonna just give them a shout out to my 2 drag children, Xander being one of them. Love you. Thanks for commenting. If they didn't know, just Xander Valentine was made. They're like, what's the resemblance? Valentine, like, what do you mean? No, when it comes to my bucket list, that's not Drag Race. I have so much. Like Drag Race is honestly at the bottom of my bucket list, like, period. I want to be an author that notifies drag in the best way. I want to be an educator that notifies drag in the best way. And you may be like, what do you mean by notify? I mean, like, I want to write a book that responds to the idea of what drag can and cannot be under the impression of who we are as expression. I know that's a lot of words for some people, but as a person who understands that art, there are so many authors out there. The one that comes to mind is Scary Aisha of A Different Woman, which talks about drag from an Asian culture perspective. And I love the author for it. I can't think of his first name, but his last name is Hunter, I believe. And he is actually amazing. And I follow him on Facebook. Blessed. But he gave me the inspiration to talk further than that. When it comes to that, I also want to, I am a motivational speaker, both in and out of drag. And drag will be continue to do that, to continue to be both educational and a speaker for myself. Drag has become more than just the look you see on stage and what we can develop in a community, but it is a platform for myself to elevate the idea of who we are. So with that being said, my bucket list involves continuously to grow that platform, to continuously to challenge myself around the world, because what people don't know is they're not ready for 2022 for TRIXY Valentine. I have so much coming up that I can't wait to show them.
Work.
I love that. How about you, Harpy?
Finally get my hemorrhoids fixed. I can't. No. So for me, my goal is to continue being an activist and a personal speaker for a lot of gay individuals in the military themselves and out, because it doesn't just do with drag. As TRIXY said, like, there's a lot of my work. I just was on the John F. K. As a guest speaker to just literally preach hands down on a lot of historical moments for the LGBT community. So I want to continue that route. I'm working with MWR to put the very first drag show here in the 757 with MWR under their name. And I want to continue pressing, continue showing that we are here to stay. We are out. We want our culture seen just like everybody else. And so that's one of the biggest things on my bucket list to continue still do. Along with, I do have a drag daughter, Miss Jacked Daniels. So I do want to continue building the legacy of the Daniels family, because I am the first. The Daniels family. The only thing I got first in from TRIXY, because she popped everything else first. So I do want to continue building. I'm not ready for more kids. However, eventually down the road, like, I want to continue that because it's a mentorship. It's taking, because, like, I love being a Daniels. Like, Tequila was the first drag queen I ever seen, so I want to continue and passing and letting people know that you don't have to be a one-sided. Like Anastasia, you said you're not a pageant girl, and I ate it up, because when I grew up, that's all there was. And there's nothing against pageants. I love pageants. I'm competitive as fuck. However, I want to continue building my form of drag and drag queens, and what that is being able to be confident and comfortable and selling and being polished in what you want, and that can look like anything. Like, my drag daughter is a fine example, because she's a butch at Barbie building, whatever lifting thing they do. I don't want to say CrossFit. I don't know.
No, she's CrossFit. She lifts.
And I don't want to get it wrong, but she's very intact with it, and she even takes that with her drag, and I eat it up every single time. So, and she's polished, and she got it all together, because that's what she wanted to be, and that's the form of drag I want to continue down the line as Daniels. So those are the two biggest things on my bucket list out of RuPaul.
Wonderful. How about you, Anastasia?
I just want to keep looking pretty.
Killing it.
Get that surgery.
So just want to keep looking pretty. I just want to keep doing like college shows where I can do education sessions. I want to keep getting paid. I don't really have any big aspirations. I want to keep being like the Central PA, Lizzo of Central PA. You know, like, I don't really have, like, I don't like to travel. So if there's a gig nearby, I'm willing to travel within an hour's distance. No.
That's valid, though.
No, because, I mean, I'm paying for everything. So listen, I don't know. You know, I think that everyone has their own journeys. I've gotten really disillusioned with drag personally, because it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's expensive. And,
A lot
people
of
don't
time.
talk about the expense on television. They've talked about it a little bit more on Drag Race, but, when you're getting a hotel room, do you have money for that $100, $200 hotel room? That you're only going to be spending like 4 hours in because then you have to wake up early to leave. The gas money that takes an account as well. If you have a day job, like there's just so many different parts. So I just want to continue doing things that make me happy. I'm not really looking to do things that will really be forwarding any kind of career of any kind. This is a hobby.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's kind of where I'm at.
That's super valid, though. I want to see the show grow. Like I said, we're making a big announcement very soon. We want to keep bringing wonderful content. Tonight has been absolutely incredible. Like, I have had such a good time. I have laughed. I have almost cried, but I held it back because this will run. And, we have... I want to ask just a couple more questions from the comment section. We did have one nice person who bombed our YouTube with the N-word. That was really cute of them. It's okay. I already blocked him. But another question from YouTube. Why is Anastasia wearing a lampshade?
Oh, they must have not been here.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all missed the conversation.
They
If
love
you'd like to know, you can go back and rewatch my affirmations with Anastasia Diamond and also Cash App and Venmo me because I'm a broke bitch. Period.
Yeah. Just think Sia.
Exactly. It's very Sia.
I want to swing from the chandeliers.
Yeah.
So and have my voice
say a
crack.
lamp though. They said you're swinging from a lamp though.
Listen, you know what? But the thing is, have y'all never seen A Christmas Story? I was trying to give the illusion of the leg lamp.
Yeah.
If you've never seen A Christmas Story.
I mean, yes, you can have a one-legged lampshade. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. You see the stockings like as a necklace and everything.
I thought it was Santa.
We do have one more question that I want to answer, and this is a doozy from the Tom Gully Show. What is a good way to get into drag? Well, you start with your makeup, and then I usually do tights, and then a corset. I don't think I'm answering the right question.
You wear your preparation H.
Preparation H.
Yeah, you have to have preparation H.
And prep.
And prep.
Oh, and prep. Which, if you haven't seen it, go to episode 65 of Inside the Drag Closet.
Period.
Or was that yours?
That's mine with prep.
I was like, girl, okay.
You didn't memorize yours, girl?
You didn't know? You didn't know that was the episode number?
I'm sorry. Mine was like over a year ago. I'm sorry, sis. I don't remember.
Yeah, not relevant. That's what they're saying.
Right. That's why they brought me back. Because thank you.
Now I'm looking it up because now I need to know.
Oh, no, it's episode 65.
Yeah, I need to look. What's mine? Like 3, right? I was like one of the first ones.
No, you're like the 20th one or something.
Oh, well, thanks for remembering. At least you know mine. Someone does. Fan favorite.
Fan favorite.
But I will say that the best way to start is honestly seeing for me, it was the local queens around me. While RuPaul may have opened the door, I went out to the gate and I got involved into my community. I saw that the local queens were around me, and I thank God picked the nice ones. And I simply went up. I talked. I said, I want to get started. If you hit the right girl, she may just say, hey, come on out. I'll paint you up and you can do one trick. And then from there, you kind of just pick it up. Like Jade said, you some makeup, you'll get some stockings, you'll eventually pick up. But the best place to actually start, go check out your local queens in your area. Go support them. Don't be afraid to talk to them and let them know, like, hey, I'm looking to do this. Is it something? Don't be like, will you be my drag mama? No, go in there and just say, I want to start. And see what. And don't just watch what they like. Don't just watch the show. See what they do at the show, and then that's where you can start pulling who you want to be as a drag queen. So the best place to start is at your own local area, down the market at the 7-Eleven.
Yes, and please, I always say, if you're gonna try and go out and make up your first time, please take a picture from far away.
Oh,
baby. Because you look real cute up in the mirror, up in your selfie. You're like, bitch, I am this. Please, for the love of God, take a picture from far away, and you will realize that as a man, Maury. Listen.
Oh my God, you could have told me right in here on food.
I'm just saying, I may be working on a project that answers a lot of these questions, but I'm glad that we have the input now. I won't tell the project now, so. But it's very educational. But no, for me, I will say the other thing I want to say is confidence, character building, and stage presence. Those are things people don't think about, because if you're not comfortable being on a stage, you're like, you may be frightened. You may know that now, but like if you've never thought about what it's like to be in front of people, like you need to practice. Like, you need to know what that like, even if you visualize it, find someone that you can be like, this is how I'm feeling, and talk through those feelings. Like that's a step that a lot of people don't talk about. Character building as well. So like, who is your drag persona, and why is that your drag persona, and how do you feel when you're in drag? Like, do not get in drag the first time and then go out on that stage and discover who you are, because I'm not saying it can't be great, as Josh Harpy munches on whatever they're munching on. You're so beautiful. But you might actually end up having an anxiety attack, and that's out of your own safety, because you're like, oh,
exactly.
I didn't know I felt this way. Like a lot of our, at least I can only speak for myself and even Harpy, like a lot of our first times in drag was not in front of people. We were in our room. We were on our own thing. We processed that.
To piggyback, the biggest thing I can't stand is how people pressure you because of. I hate how people pressure though that you have to look so good when you go out your first time. Girl, none of us did. I don't want to hear that. No, nobody looks that good. Even to this day, like I practice my makeup and they show up and I'm like, okay, girl, you do look cute, but like, what's your name? Are you gonna go up there and do something? Are you just here to look cute? What's your background? These are the questions you get over time. Like, and those are the things that carry. Like, I think TRIXY needs a great example. You can be the most bust down or most camp or whatever your style of drag is, but if you don't have a personality, no one will care. And it's not even just a personality. Like, you have to have something with it, you know.
Yeah.
Also, learn how to paint your own face and stop paying bitches to paint your face. Period. Like, it's too much. It's too much. I got a lot of problems with people.
Yeah. How many problems? How many problems do you have?
I got 99 problems, but doing drag ain't one. Paint my own face ain't one. Like, I got 99 problems, but I can hold it down.
Yeah,
Did you get my $50 for my face? I'm so sorry.
No,
I did.
I'd also add like entitlement. Like, and I say this in two different ways. The first way is like, if you're about to start drag, you're not entitled to anyone else's time or energy.
Period.
Do not walk into a place acting like you own it, because I promise you, the people already there have already worked far beyond what you have. So you better understand the idea of compassion, kindness, and just knowing your place. But
let me tell you, I watched a girl ruin her entire career. She ain't no drag queen. She was never a drag queen. She was a little. She liked to wear makeup. She was a little white boy in makeup. But she ruined her career with three little words. Not like her, as someone was painting. Person that she was pointing to happened to be the painter's husband. Well, career was over.
I mean, with the other form of entitlement, though, is understanding that as a new performer, and this is the hard pill to swallow, new people also, they can work very hard to get where they're at, but they also have the ability for their own boundaries to not owe anyone else any form of thing. Because I've watched too many new people get swallowed up by people who are considered veterans and use them for their ability. No.
Oh, yeah.
People, anyone that wants to get dragged, while we don't ask you to be entitled and cocky to the four of us on here, because I will say the four of us are very kind, genuine, and unique individuals who we all have our own stories of making sure we build our communities. But I will say there are unfortunate drag individuals who like take advantage of new people. And I was like, no, don't let anyone take let anyone take advantage of you. Like no one is entitled to your own time and worth.
It's true. And do the drag you want to do. Love the drag you want to do.
Yes.
Don't do the drag that you think is going to make you famous. Don't do the drag that you think is going to make you more money. Do the drag you want to do because the audience will feel that and they will understand your passion. And that makes your job more fun. Why do it if it's not fun?
Well, so the other thing is like, so okay, cool. If you want to be in the biggest clubs, twerking and popping and doing your thing, doing the top 40 hits, making the money right, cool. But if you're sad the entire time that you're doing that, and you're not feeling like going to the club, even though you're bringing in like $600, $1,000, and like, I mean, I don't know, some of these girls be out here raking in money, but like, if really you want to be performing Willow, perform Willow, baby girl. Like, it's not that serious. Like, unless it's your day job, but like. If you're doing drag as a day job, then that means that you have fans, that means you have supporters, and they're willing to support whatever you're putting out there. Just as long as you're giving 110% in what you're doing, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
And you know what? If someone says you have to wear 301s, you don't.
You don't. And also, you don't have to wear nails.
You don't.
You should though. You don't have to, but you should.
You also don't have to wear nails, by the way. Don't listen to people talking about you gotta wear nails. Baby, if I made the mistake of, listen, I made so many mistakes whenever I first started doing drag. I wasted so much money. I bought multiple sets of the same motherfucking wig for no reason. I was like, why the fuck did you do this? Like, I got a manicures done. My shit's popped right off as I was putting my tights on. So understand, like, these queens, the drag race queens, they are not reality. They are reality TV. They are television, but they're not the reality of what you're going to be going through. So take your time, mama. Take your time.
Yes.
And when you meet those girls, understand they do what we do.
Exactly.
They've had that amazing platform. So many of them are so many wonderful human beings. We've gotten to meet a whole bunch of them. But they're still humans. They're still people. You know?
Where do you think they started from?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing. When you start, remember where you started.
Get your roots.
Exactly. Now, we are way over our time, but that's okay. Because my husband always gives a little helpful drag tip. Just a little preface, Derek does run the biggest drag show here in central Pennsylvania called Divas Down Under. By the way, if you have not gotten your tickets yet, you can find us on Facebook.
Ticketmaster. Eventbrite.
As a show director, he likes to impart some of the knowledge that he has, and his helpful drag tip for this evening is pretty blunt. So we're going to get into this, and I love it.
I can't wait.
Derek's helpful drag tip. If you cannot consume alcohol at a gig in a responsible way that allows you to still do your job effectively, then you shouldn't drink at all. If you want to party, pay for a ticket and sit in the audience like everyone else. It's not cute.
Well, there's that.
There's that.
Say name.
Wow.
That was spicy.
I was thirsty.
Yeah. I could go for something juicy.
Listen, it's true. I get so sick and tired. Like, there are these queens who go out there and they are a slop. They are a mess. They are out there drunk on the dance floor, not knowing most of their words. It's like, baby girl. And like, I really like, so I live an hour away from most of the gigs that I do normally. And so because of that, I don't drink. I don't drink at all because I'm like, baby girl, I gotta get home. I'm not trying to wreck. So I remember this one time, this girl who was very big, had a very big substance use issue that she was working through. Looked at me and she said, "Oh, well, why aren't you drinking?" And I was like, "Oh, you know, I just thought I don't really drink, right? Like whenever I'm performing." And she's like, "Oh, you're a good girl." And I was like, "No, I just like I like to not die whenever I'm driving home. Yeah, I don't have an Uber ride, so."
That.
Very sad. It's sad. It really is sad.
I mean, so many queens like have a drink, but don't get sloppy. Don't get
exactly.
wasted.
Know your limits.
Because, girl, you're not there to drink. You're there to put on a show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And sorry, I didn't want to cut you off. I will say this: the reality and understanding queer culture is there is an over understanding and higher percentage of drug and alcohol abuses. So let me put that out there when that's there. So if you let me, and because I take this real understanding case management services and where I've worked and where I do work. So even though we are talking on the understanding of not trying to be shady, but it is a reality. If you need help, find those resources, know those resources, because I sat in too many dressings where I'm like, girl, do I need to drive you home? And then the next day, girl, let me give you a pamphlet out of pure respect. And I say it in that way. Now, I know in this comment may have just been like, you have that one night that you get sloppy. Trust me, we've all been there. But I do want to put that reality to there. Like, if you really need help, get help. Get help, girl. We're here. Get help. But at the same time, if you're here to get sloppy, you won't be booked again, period.
Period. Exactly. There's this wonderful seat in the audience right there for you to get sloppy.
Yep.
Get silly.
Don't forget to tip your queens, okay? Don't forget
exactly. Well, kids, we have reached the end of our program for the evening, but I did want to give everybody a chance to say goodnight and, you know, talk about what they have coming up, starting with the lovely Anastasia Diamond.
I'm hungry. Good night.
Girl, save.
Blunt.
Yes, go get tested, period. That's all I gotta say. Go get tested for everything. COVID, HIV, get on PrEP, wear condoms. The top, I shouldn't have to lecture y'all about this stuff that you top week and week again, but I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
this is my job.
Episode 65.
Period.
Look up episode 65 and episode 18.
Yes. I really hope I'm 65. I really hope I remembered that right, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
You'll be able to see what I look like if you go back on that episode, period.
She had confidence. Now she don't. What happened?
No, I have it at 65. I'm not saying I'm wrong.
I'm looking. Now I need to know. The world needs to know.
The world
I'm glad I'm 18. 18.
18, what a great year.
18.
That was
episode 65.
Is it episode 65?
It is episode 65.
Come on, girl. Selfish me knows best.
Well, Harpy, do you have any last words for the kids watching at home?
Well, I will say just one more time to go over everything that I'm doing. Again, I have a drag show coming up on the 31st, New Year's Eve drag show at River Beach in the 75. All these are in the 757 Virginia Beach, Norfolk area. I have one coming up on my birthday, the Harpy Daniels Roast, where people get to talk shit about me out loud and I don't have to insult them online. And then the last one is my drag show. At my drag brunch, Mimosa and Heels is my birthday show. Both of them are my birthday events. I do want to give a quick shout out. I am a brand ambassador officially now for Swiss Navy. You can check out anything that you'd like. If you ever come to one of my events that we are doing with Swiss Navy, you maybe walk away with some great lubrication. And if you need to know how to use it, I have a doctor here right here that can help you with that. Along with, sorry, I have two more. I swear I'm almost done. Along with, I lost my train of thought. Going back to what is up next. Yes, you can get my merch at currently with Joy 10 to get 10% off with two amazing graphic designs by Mika Souza. I hope I did not, or Micah. I hope I didn't do it. Micah Souza, who did it. You can get all your merch there self-printed at yesmerch.com. And then the last but not least, I am also a model and also a brand ambassador for Bakewell Fashions. You can check out their website. You will find me in the women's section and accessories section. They are revamping their whole entire event. You can catch me in Las Vegas, April 5th to the 7th to walk their first ever drag queen in their show at Rose du Baton fashion show. And they have it also in Orlando, Atlanta, and Charlotte's. But I don't have the exact dates, but go follow them or follow me and you can find out more. And other than that, like I like to say, keep smiling because it gets a hell of a lot better.
I love that. So, funny thing that happened while you were saying all of that, Vicky and Robin just realized that all of our twins share a birthday month.
Well, January.
Yeah. Wait, Capricorn though.
I think they're Aquarius.
Well, I mean, hey, January. Woo!
January. Yay, great.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm not saying Capricorns are better.
I am.
But
Yeah,
do you have any last words for the kids out there?
Aquarius. Oh, they are Aquarius. Well, I will say I've always gotten along with Aquarius. I'm not gonna lie. Like
they're great in bed.
Oh,
I'm an Aquarius.
Wow. Wow.
It's lies. It's all lies.
Yeah. I'm only saying this because we're live. No. No, that's so great. That's so good.
Live and telling lies. Live and telling lies.
Trixie, do you have anything you want to?
Oh, I'm waiting for Jade to introduce me. That's what she's doing.
Oh,
that was it. That was the. Do you have any last words for everyone?
In the last. Oh, I see. No, in the last words, I am Trixie Valentine. If you don't know where I am, because some people confuse me because I'm a traveling queen, I know. Northeastern Pennsylvania. I have my own shows. I have 5 of my own shows. If you're looking for where they are, just look up Trixie Valentine. It's TRIXY. Please learn to spell that. It's right here on the screen. But with that being said, I am a queer inclusive sex educator, Jacob Kelly Queer Sex Education or Queer Education, Juicy with Jake. I have a lot coming. I've been on several podcasts. I've done several things in my community, and I have I'm getting my PhD. So I'm not a doctor yet, but I'm working on it. I'm on my dissertation from Widener University. That is also where I have my master's of human sexuality education as well. So if you're looking, what is this bitch's credentials? Well, girl, read it up. It's all in the papers. Everyone knows. With that being said, I have my own shows. One coming up this weekend in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania at the Capitol called Frostbite. And I have amazing queens and kings and performers from the area because I do love celebrating our local performers, along with a birthday show in my hometown, the first ever in my own hometown, not the first ever drag show, just the first one where I'm in it. Heels and Wheels drag show at Hogs Hollow, and I promise you, I'm about to give my hometown where I currently live. Also, actually, I live a little bit on that side, but also the drag they've never had. So I'm super excited about that. I'm so my mom might actually show up to that one. Drunk. She's gonna be drunk, but she might show up to that one. Yeah,
she likes her beer.
Yeah, beer. It's a biker bar, and I'm the lady. So
my Lantis.
That cast is lit too.
The cast is absolutely amazing. We have Tequila Daniels, Phoebe Fox, Vivian and Love. Thank you. Oh, good, you have it up there. Scarlet Overkill, and then the one, the only legendary Divinity Cruise. So when I say the cast is everything, not including myself, it's a show you don't want to miss, and it's only $5. Someone's like, why is that so low? Because it's in rural PA. We're poor.
Yep. That's fair. I want to thank all of you for being here tonight. This has been so much fun. I know I say that a lot, but tonight we laughed, we cried a little, we got into really heavy topics, but we did it from a place of love, and this was just such a rewarding night for me and hopefully for everyone at home. I hope everybody who's been watching has had such an amazing time tonight. I noticed the numbers were way up tonight, so thank you all. Keep on watching the show. Keep on subscribe, like our video. We guarantee there will be a new show every week. Speaking of which, next week, myself, Anastasia, and Amethyst will be here at my humble abode, and we will be doing wonderful makeovers for Robin and Vicky Thompson. So they're going to be put into drag, but with different mugs. So we are going to see how that turns out. We're de-twinning the twins. It's going to be wild. But yes, keep on watching. We still have merch available, kids, and get it while it lasts because our merch is going to be changing very soon. You can always pick up our merch at www.jadedevere.com/merch. We still have masks and gaiters available. Fanny packs. I don't know why I said it like that, but I felt the need to. I don't know. Our t-shirts and towels are still available, and the sticker packs. So make sure you get them while supplies last, because they will be disappearing soon. And head on over to Patreon. We are coming up with some Patreon exclusive content for you, which you're not going to be able to see unless you subscribe. But that is all we have for this evening, except there is one last thing to say. And that last thing is, good night, kids!
Good night.
Happy holidays.
You've been listening to WLFE-DB.com, where our shows are your shows.